Hello and welcome to my private balcony. It's not much and there's an air conditioning unit taking up most of the space, but yes, this lovely little place you see here, not much of it, but it's more than I've seen in previous visits, from the hostel at least, is Florence. Looks like there's a big communal balcony down at the bottom. But yeah, this is quite a nice place. The coach is just parked around the corner inside the hostel, and this is my room. It's not a bad little room, nice ensuite. But yeah, sort of messed up the last bit on that other video, so I've accidentally deleted some videos that I thought I'd already put on the computer, but oh well. But yeah, that was exciting. Got to go in a helicopter, got to watch some of my guys jump out of it. Don't know why you would want to, but they did, so oh well. Again, I haven't done the dash cam, and I should have, because there was a truck lying on its side when we got near to Pisa, the old famous Leaning Tower. Yeah, and anyone who thinks that coach driving is easy, it's not really. It's particularly not on this short trip. Every day is about 500-600 k's, so it's long hours, long days. I've done quite a few 15-hour days. Just yesterday was a 13 and a quarter hour day, almost 9.5 hours of driving. So it's long old days. It's just the same as Euro tramping in a truck. It's just you get to stay in nicer places and it's more sociable because there's people with you at least, and you get to eat nicer food. But I think that is probably it, so we'll start packing up, go have some breakfast, and then put everyone's suitcases on the coach, because we're off to Rome today. Bag, I'll throw that up top somewhere.
We got the same seats? Okay. Thank you very much.
It's your one? Okay. So that is a coach load of bags. And as you can see, it's a lot easier to load up at the front because there's more space than at the back, because you've got the exit and the toilet on that side. And yeah, quite a lot of empty space on a coach like this. Is the floor that all the people are on. There's not really that much room to hide stuff. It's like the engine and gearbox are down on this bit, fuel tank at the front, the batteries on the bottom left, and then like even the aircon is on the top. But yes, even though it is more convenient to put the stuff up at the front, it does have the problem of putting a lot of weight on the front axle, to the point that it can be overloaded, and it was a little bit bouncy yesterday. And the last time I had a bouncy truck, it turned out it was a ton overweight on the drive axle. So yeah, but now it's all loaded, time to shut up shop and clean the inside. just a little bit of a mess. Although that's the worst it's been this trip. They did party into the wee small hours of the morning yesterday in Switzerland, so they suffered yesterday. But still, my last group were much better than them. Hardly any dirt to clean up, but yeah. That's what happens. Every group's different. Some are much cleaner than others. Alright, welcome to Rome. A much nicer temperature than it was last time. It's only going to get up to about 29 degrees. Unlike last time where it was about in the mid to high 30s and just punishing humidity. When you're ready, we can get going. There we go. So I've just dropped my group off to go into town. We don't drive them all the way in Rome, because Rome, like pretty much every city in Italy, they have this thing called a city tax for coaches, although we quite often refer to it as the mafia tax, although I have no evidence either way, but it wouldn't surprise me. Where's my group? They've all disappeared. And a bit further down I dropped them off. Where are they? No, streets are clear, they must all be in the underground. Yeah, every city charges some and we pay for a few, but the one in Rome, it's just so ludicrously expensive that it works out cheaper just to drop the people off at the edge of the boundary and then buy about 4 tube tickets for each person. I think it's about €1.50 for one tube ticket, so €6 per person. That still works out cheaper than buying a permit, even once you've got 40 odd people on board. This is going to let me go. An Italian driver letting you go? It's unheard of. But now that I've dropped everyone off, I've only got a quarter of a tank of fuel, which is still a fair bit. It's about 150 litres or so. But as one of the poor people, give me money. Yeah, so I'm off to a petrol station now, fill up with diesel, because company policy is to fill up when there are no passengers on board. Because it's Italy and it's ludicrously expensive, I'm just putting that in the bare minimum to get me to Germany. So 250 litres of fuel should get me to Munich via Venice. So what was it? Around here I think it's about 140 odd a litre, which is probably not too far behind Norway, or maybe even slightly more once you've done the currency exchange from krona into euros. It is a lot. No, either way, they're both fighting for the crown of who has the most expensive fuel in Europe. And my good old oil check light has returned. It did go away for a couple of days, it's come back now the last couple of days. But still, the dipstick says it's full of oil. And the engine's been running for kilometre after kilometre with no problems, so I've no idea what's going on there. Yeah, but this is Rome, nice little place. Don't normally go into the middle of town myself, because you always do the drop-off. What is there? There's also Vatican City, the world's smallest country. 0.44 of an acre. Been to it once during my training. Don't really ever have time to do it ever again after that. But the Vatican, or the church, makes a hell of a lot of money off of people buying tickets to enter. But yeah, as you can see, the roads are not particularly brilliant in Rome, despite charging through the nose for the city tax. Or maybe it's just that high no one pays it, so they can't make any money. Yeah, my fuel station's not too far away. It's just down here. So fill up with diesel, and then annoyingly there's no easy way back, so I've got to drive all the way to the ring road and down to the next junction, loop round, then come back. It's going to take ages. Although nowhere near as long as it did in Paris. That was ludicrous. It took me 3-4 hours just to do 2 drop-offs and refuel. It's probably only going to take me about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So lightning quick compared to Paris. But it doesn't matter, I get to spend all day in the campsite. Campsite has air-conditioned rooms, lovely. Yeah, only 129. It's 148 for petrol. Not too bad. It's probably still a more expensive area that we'll go to though. It's not actually that much more than Greece. I think Greece is 125. Yeah, this is Rome. This is Rome. Got a drop off, yeah, for the Vatican tomorrow, so you might see a little bit more for tomorrow of me driving an empty coach, since this is the only time I can do the head cam. And then it's on and up to Venice. Whether I'll go into Venice or not, I'm not sure. I'll see how I feel. But somebody else is doing the drop-off for the Venice, because the company saves money by buying as few permits as possible. So since I'm on the outskirts of town, I don't need a permit, so the other guy who's going to join me, he's going to get the permit, so we save money by only one coach getting a permit rather than 2. So he's going to drive everybody in and bring everybody back out, and I have a nice day off. Yay, 24 hours off for me. So that's my second 24 hours off this whole trip. So the only 45 hours I get is at the very beginning, just before the trip starts, and very afterwards before the next trip starts and this one finishes. So it's a nice little 2-week trip. It can be done. And this is my fuel station just here. So you've experienced the incredibly poor roads of Rome. I'll see you tomorrow at some point, maybe, I think. Where are you? There it is, Egypt. And a McDonald's. But I don't feel like having one, so a little bit of a squeezy corner. There we go, fuel station. See you.